What's up, everybody? Today I'll be making chicken puffs. It's a very simple recipe to do. You'll need a few ingredients. Of course, you'll need a little patience. You'll need to follow the details and whatever I'll be telling you to do. It's fairly simple, as I said before. You'll need all of these ingredients right up front. Of course, it'll be in the description below. You'll need a few tools, a KitchenAid you can use with a whisk attachment. You'll need a pot, a warming element. You'll need baking trays with parchment or silicone lining. You'll need a pastry bag with a tip. You'll need a wooden spoon and a rubber spatula. And these are basically the stuff you'll be needing. Later on, you'll need egg wash and a pastry brush. But let us begin. It's fairly simple, as I said. I'll set this over here, right back here. And let me turn. So, got the pot on. It's on between medium and low. And I'll add in first a mixture of water, salt, sugar, and milk. And this will go straight in here. Make sure you get all of it out. And you let this come almost to a boil, and you keep stirring it. You don't want it to burn because there is milk in there. Milk has fat, and the fat can burn. As soon as it warms a little, you'll add in your butter. And you want the butter to melt. And that is very key. You want it to melt all the way so it becomes liquefied and it becomes part of the liquid in here. So you can let it go. And next up, you'll be needing flour. And you can use AP flour or bread flour. I have bread flour here. I think it comes out a little better, a little crisper. But you can use AP flour. So this is just coming together. You can use this recipe, the shudo, which is the puff in the chicken puff, and you can use it in many different applications. You can use it for eclairs. You can do it for cream puffs. A lot of things. You can add even some cheese into this dough, some Gruyere, some cheddar cheese, and you can make a cheese puff. And those are wonderful at parties, events, little get-togethers. So this is a very important dough to have in your recipe booklet. So as this melts, you can see it's coming together. And as soon as the butter melts, I'll add in the flour. So I'll add in the flour right now. Make sure you get everything out. And you just want this to stir it through so it the flour and the liquid in here comes together. And you can turn it down a little more to low. Because you don't want this to burn. You're not in that much of a rush. And you want this to come together almost like cookie dough. It'll look like cookie dough. The texture of it will be like cookie dough. And it takes no time at all to come together. And you want it to be like a drier cookie dough. You don't want it to be too liquidy, because you want to get most of that moisture out of there. And it's already coming together. It's coming loose from the bottom of the pan. And as you can see, it's like cookie dough almost. But you let it go a little bit more. You don't want it to stick. You don't want any of that. And if you do it properly, it will not stick. And yes. So you let that go for a little bit. And it'll almost change color a bit. It'll be lighter at first up, but then it'll get a little dark. And that's when you know it's almost, when it's ready. When it changes that color from being a light color to a little more of close to yellow. Not yellow, quite yellow, but just, you'll see the changing color. And as you can see, it's almost there. Try to get all that liquid out of it, most of it. and it's almost like the texture of a butter cookie dough. And as you can see, wow, that's pretty much it. No time at all, right? So I'll add this to the KitchenAid. And I'll whisk this on low for a bit. And this is where the rubber spatula comes in now too. And you'll want it to cool a bit before you add the eggs. To actually increase it a bit. So bomb, it's almost at that temperature that you want it to be at to add the eggs. Because if it's too hot, you can cook your eggs. So I'll add the eggs in maybe one at a time. You don't want to add it all at once because you want the dough to be mixed properly. And if you add it all at once, it's not going to incorporate like how you want it to. So the dough will actually go from like a cookie dough texture to like almost like peanut butter. And you want that so it's like spreadable. And then you can add your eggs. Add the remainder of your eggs. And this part is very, very important. You turn it up a bit so it incorporates properly. You can stop it a bit, and you can just get the sides down. Then you can keep going. It'll take a bit, but I promise this is a recipe that you'll do over and over again because you'll enjoy making it. And it looks good, tastes good. You can do numerous things with it. You can do like, pastries, savory and sweet. That's almost all. Yeah, that's how you want it to be. So I can take off my whisk attachment, pop that in. Now what I'll do, I'll grab my pastry bag and also my lined baking sheets. So you'll fill your pastry bag, pull it all the way back, add in your choux dough. So what you'll do for the chicken puffs, you want to create nice little circular motion, and you want it to be bum, and you can separate these a bit. You can make them bigger or smaller, whatever you feel like doing. All depends on you. And you let this go. So I'll separate them. As you can see, they're like evenly separated. And you want that because you don't want them to be touching, because they'll prevent from getting the size you want and getting that height that you would enjoy. Only a little bit smaller. So I'll do a first set, and what you can do is now you can add a little bit of egg wash on there, and this will help with the color, creating a nice texture on top of it as well. and I already preheated my oven to 425, and you let it bake for about 20 to 25 minutes in there, rotating at the halfway point. So that's pretty much set right there. So I'll add this straight into the oven, and I'll show you how it looks after it's done. So next up, as I have the Pate Choux cooking, the puff part of the chicken puffs, I'll do the chicken. The chicken is fairly simple. You'll need a little bit of water in a pot, and so you'll kind of steam the chicken, not boil it, because you want it to cook gently. You don't want to overcook it. It's about a pound of chicken, so I have about maybe 3 cups of water in here. I'll add some aromatics. I have some lemon, garlic, celery, and thyme, and I'll add that straight in there. Just you want to flavor your chicken. You don't want to, you know, bland chicken, right? So right now I have the aromatics in there. I'll add salt. This is about 2 tablespoons of salt. And I'll add the chicken in, and of course you don't want to touch the chicken with your hand. It's raw chicken. So use the plastic wrap, and I'll set that in there. And what you can do, the heat is set between medium and low, and I'll let that, you know, cook through. And this will take about maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and you don't want to overcook the chicken. So the first set of choux pastry is almost done. I'll pull it out. And this is a very, very important step. You'll take a toothpick and you'll poke the bottom of it. And as you can see, wonderful. It's a beautiful size, beautiful rise and everything. And you'll just poke on the bottom. Let the air, there's some steam in there, you need to let it out. If you don't, it's going to collapse. The chicken is just out of the liquid, it's finished cooked. So I'll let that cool a bit. Pastries, the puffs are cooling. It's on a cooling rack, and that is very important, so you get it off the surface. And there's you know, air that can go between the choux on the bottom, and so all the steam can get out. You need it to be lifted, so there's you know, air going in the bottom, so it's not soggy. And these are all of the puffs. Wonderful. So I'll let the chicken cool a bit, then I'll work on that. So the chicken is cooled a bit. If you want to wear gloves, but you're at home. So what I'll do is I'll slice it up a little bit, and then I'll create nice little dices. And you just want the chicken into like small chunks. You could even pull it apart, and it'll be much easier to cut. So the chicken, this nice small chunks. And I'll put it back in the bowl. I'll grab the rest out of there. And you want to do this when it's a bit warm, not all the way cool, because you want to add in all of the you know, veggies, mayo, mustard in there when it's a bit warm, so we can seep in and all that flavor can develop much better. Again, drop that in there again. I'll set this aside. Wash my hands a bit. Now I'm going to add all of my veggies. This is red peppers, bell peppers I diced up. I want to get everything out of there. Celery, diced up as well too, finely diced. And also I'll have the ingredients, all the portion sizes in the description below. I have here scallions and parsley. Try to get everything out of there. Carrots, grated. And now I'll work that through. Use a fork. And when the chicken is a bit warm and you add the, all of the aromatics in there, all of the veggies, it's gonna seep in, right? When it's cold, you're not gonna get all the flavor in there. So that's well mixed up. Now I'll add some Dijon mustard, and this is where the rubber spatula comes back in. And mustard, Dijon mustard and mayonnaise. Get everything out of there. And you can use your fork to work it through. I'll taste it, because you did remember you seasoned your chicken before you popped it in and cooked it. It's pretty good. Add a little bit of more salt and pepper, and again, that's up to you. However you feel you want to season the chicken salad, you can do that. Add some splashes of hot sauce in there too. And again, you can make it spicier or less spicy. And bomb. That's it. Now it has cooled a bit. Now you're ready to fill your puffs to get the final product of your wonderful chicken puffs. And these are going to impress anyone. It's delicious, as I said before, at parties. And here we go. So now as the puffs have cooled, the chicken salad is cooled, you can see wonderful bottom. You're going to slice these open, and as you can see, it's wonderful. There's a nice pockets in there, and you can do a few. Serrated knife is best, and what you can do, take a spoon, fill your puffs. Again, at your own discretion, how much you want to put in there is up to you. Boom, boom, boom. Now you're going to cover these up. Add a bit of parsley you can put on top of it, in between, however you feel like doing it. And these are your wonderful chicken puffs. I hope you make these. I hope you enjoy them. Hope you enjoy making them. This is a wonderful, wonderful recipe. It's pretty much foolproof if you follow all the steps. And I promise you'll enjoy them. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the process in making these, the steps in making these. And thank you for watching again. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like my video.